Oh, but the weather underground, not to be like too preachy or something, but like definitely check it out because it's cool because it's the weather underground. Like Obama would actually get in trouble because he was friends with one of the members, but their motto was bring the war back home. So they actually decided that they were going to start blowing up buildings, and they did. And the way they did it is they would call the building and make sure no one was there because they didn't want them to get killed. But it was an example of an American revolutionary movement that was like maybe a little fueled by psychedelics. Like there's just like in the documentary they talk about being in their van, no nitrous, but like
Here we
fucking,
go again.
like just being in the van. They're all like having an orgy in a van as they're driving to like put explosives in a government building to blow up to protest the Vietnam War. And when you look at that. And we're like just throw your moral compass away, but just when you look at that, you realize how great people really are because you realize like these people don't need to do that. They could just fucking ignore the Vietnam War like anybody else. They could just ignore it, go to your job. We're all doing fine, man. We're fine. You guys have money. I don't know how much you have. You have a little bit. You're not starving. We're fine. So it's easy to ignore, which is what they want. So it's kind of cool when people are like, fuck this, we're not ignoring anymore. And then they go to this extreme place, which I obviously am not advocating in any way, but still it represents what can be done. And it's a really inspirational thing to watch because you realize like, shit, man, we could be doing a lot more than we're doing. You know, we can be doing lots more. And if we all start doing lots...
You can also build a birdhouse. You don't have to blow anything up.
You could blow up a birdhouse.
There were a lot less people in the world back then. There was probably an easier...
In the Vietnam War?
It was easier to blow up a building with no one in it. I would say these days...
I'm not saying blow up buildings. I'm not advocating like that level of violence. But and also like I will admit this, like when the Antifa started punching people... I was definitely like having conversations like, you know, I think they've gone too far. But like one of the things, then I started like researching them a little bit. And this will get me in trouble on the internet because anytime you like do any kind of like emphasis on like maybe they're not so bad, you will immediately get like a bunch of tweets like, you fucking idiot. Do you know what you've done?
Oh, good.
But,
well,
like,
I'm not on Twitter. Maybe Antifa is not so bad. Like, very happy to say that.
Well, one of the cool things that maybe some of them are here. one of the cool things that they say, or one of the cool, you know, so people break windows in these protests. And they break these windows and people are like, how could you break windows of local businesses? And Antifa, they call those people window protectors. They're like, oh, you want to protect windows? That's what you're worried about? Fucking windows?
Maybe we could form an alliance at some point. In my world, all the windows are going to break.
Yes, exactly.
And the ones that aren't broken will be polished by Nazis. So I'm breaking a couple windows to get you talking or whatever. I'm not going to justify their stuff. I'm just, as I said on your podcast, I'm just so fucking grateful that that not all kids are just like it's like that some of them, all kids are hooligans, right? So I fucking I'm so grateful to my hooligan kids who are like, I'm gonna be a hooligan today.
Yeah.
Where do I direct my hooliganism? Like towards fucking towards the man,
dudes
towards Nazis. Like I'm gonna fucking if they didn't do that, then we'd be extra fucked. Like I'm definitely gonna complain about them last.
Complain about them last. And I will admit, man, I did complain about them in the beginning. Anybody in the Antifa listening, I'm sorry, they don't forgive. So I guess they're gonna hate me. But like
I want to have somebody from Antifa. It's someone from Antifa. I think isn't that kind of a silly thing? Is it like they're not like they don't have like a letterhead?
I think they're decentralized.
We've got somebody from Antifa here.
They're
Steve Levy to the stage. Steve Levy, coming up here.
Are you serious?
One of the
he's the spokesman
from the Burbank chapter of Antifa.
I want to have also just for anybody listening who cares about this stuff, like who's like what the platform and all this stuff and how you're using it. I had Gotham Girl come on. She's an Illinois Democrat. She talked about believing in the system and the election was fraudulent. I wanted her to have her signal boosted for that reason. I also want to have therefore somebody from the DSA. People have been tweeting me and stuff, and somebody from Antifa, and like you guys have always been so kind to that's I want to sprinkle those folks in because it's like turbulent times and I just wanted to say that out loud so you didn't think that I was like I don't know.
Biased.
That I don't care if I'm biased. I don't know anything. I don't know enough. I want to have people on that talk about like what to do because I don't know what to do. So I want to talk to the people that are like I don't care if they're doing like shit that's like ugly, whatever. I want to talk to them. All right.